The air crackled with anticipation. Dr. Claire Lawson, a trailblazer in virology, adjusted her microscope. Her heart thumped with a mixture of trepidation and excitement. Years of relentless research had culminated in this moment. A moment that held the potential to reshape the medical landscape. Catalyst, that's what she called it. A genetically engineered virus, meticulously crafted to target and neutralize antibiotic-resistant bacteria. A beacon of hope in a world teetering on the brink of a superbug pandemic. The implications were staggering. Countless lives saved. Diseases eradicated. Claire and her team at the secluded Genesis Labs facility had poured their heart and soul into Catalyst. They knew the stakes were high. The world desperately needed a solution to the growing threat of untreatable infections, and Catalyst was poised to be that solution. A deafening alarm shattered the silence of the night. Red lights bathed the sterile hallways of Genesis Labs in an eerie glow. Panic surged through the facility as security scrambled to assess the breach. Dr. Lawson's blood ran cold. This was no ordinary security malfunction. The heart of the facility, the vault containing Catalyst, lay compromised. The virus, their life's work, vanished, gone, stolen. The perpetrators, ghosts, leaving no trace except a single black envelope addressed to Dr. Lawson. Her hands trembled as she opened it. A single sheet of paper, the words stark and chilling. Catalyst is change. We decide the direction. A knot of dread tightened in Claire's stomach. This was no random act of theft. It was a calculated operation orchestrated by someone who understood the true power of Catalyst. The news hit like a tidal wave. A deadly outbreak of a highly contagious and unknown bacterial strain, ripping through a small town just outside San Francisco. The infection spread with alarming speed, overwhelming local hospitals. Panic gripped the nation. Claire, her heart pounding with a sickening premonition, watched the news unfold. The symptoms, the rapid progression, it was all too familiar. It was the same antibiotic-resistant bacteria Catalyst was engineered to combat. But how? Her worst fears were confirmed when the CDC contacted her. They needed her expertise. The bacteria, they confirmed, was a mutated strain, resistant to all known antibiotics, and it bore the deadly fingerprint of Catalyst. Someone had weaponized her creation. Haunted by the devastating consequences of her stolen research, Claire joined forces with Agent Jake Dawson, a hardened FBI agent assigned to the case. Dawson, initially skeptical of Claire's theories, soon recognized the chilling truth in her words. Their investigation led them down a treacherous rabbit hole. Encrypted messages, shadowy figures, and clandestine meetings pointed to a chilling reality. A powerful and elusive organization was behind the outbreak, a group known only as the Veil. The Veil's motive remained unclear, but their ambitions were terrifyingly clear. They sought to unleash Catalyst on a global scale, to reshape the world in their image. Claire and Dawson found themselves in a race against time, determined to stop the Veil before their deadly plan unfolded. Section 5. Infiltration. Time was running out. Intelligence pointed to an impending attack, a plan to release Catalyst at an international summit in Geneva. The potential death toll was unimaginable. Claire and Dawson knew they had to take drastic measures. Their only option: infiltrate the Veil. It was a perilous gamble, fraught with danger. Using their combined knowledge and skills, they managed to intercept a communication, leading them to a secluded estate on the outskirts of Vienna, a suspected Veil safe house. Posing as potential recruits, Claire and Dawson stepped into the lion's den. The luxurious estate buzzed with an undercurrent of menace, a stark contrast to the serene alpine scenery outside. Every move was a calculated risk, every word a tightrope walk. Section 6. The Summit. The air crackled with tension as world leaders gathered at the Geneva summit. Under the guise of global cooperation, a storm brewed. Claire and Dawson, their nerves on high alert, moved through the throngs of dignitaries and security personnel. They knew the Veil was here, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to unleash chaos. Every passing face was a potential enemy, every cough a potential vector. The pressure was immense, the stakes impossibly high. Days turned into a blur of tense surveillance, coded messages, and near misses. Claire, leveraging her scientific knowledge, worked tirelessly to decipher the Veil's plan, while Dawson, a ghost in the crowd, kept a watchful eye on their every move. Their investigation took an unexpected turn with the emergence of a mysterious figure, Dr. Elias Vance, a renowned geneticist and a delegate at the summit. His expertise in virology, his subtle yet unsettling interest in Catalyst and his veiled criticisms of the government raised red flags for Claire. Could Vance be their inside man, the key to exposing the Veil? Or was he a pawn in a much larger game, manipulated by forces unknown? The line between ally and enemy blurred, forcing Claire and Dawson to tread carefully, questioning every move, every word. The weight of the world rested on their shoulders. One wrong step, one miscalculation, and millions of lives could be lost. The clock was ticking, and the final pieces of the puzzle were falling into place. The truth hit them like a thunderbolt. Dr. Vance, the seemingly benevolent scientist, was the mastermind behind the Veil. Driven by a twisted ideology, he believed that humanity had become weak, reliant on antibiotics, and needed a drastic reset. Catalyst was his instrument of change, a brutal culling of the weak. The summit, with its concentration of world leaders, was never the target. It was a distraction, a grand stage to showcase the devastating power of Catalyst. Vance's true objective, to release a modified airborne strain of the virus, holding the world hostage to his twisted vision. Armed with this knowledge, Claire and Dawson raced against time. They had to expose Vance, to stop him before he unleashed his catastrophic plan. The fate of the world, the future of humanity, hung precariously in the balance. The air crackled with the electricity of a near miss. Vance's plan, so meticulously crafted, unraveled at the last moment. Claire, using her knowledge of Catalyst, managed to synthesize an antidote, a countermeasure to the deadly virus. Dawson, in a heart-stopping confrontation, apprehended Vance, ending his reign of terror. The world held its breath as the news broke. Relief washed over the globe, followed by a wave of anger and revulsion at the sheer audacity of Vance's plan. The Geneva Summit, forever etched in history as a near-apocalyptic event, became a symbol of humanity's resilience. Claire, hailed as a hero, grappled with the weight of her creation, the knowledge that her life's work had been twisted into a weapon of mass destruction. But amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope emerged. Catalyst, once a symbol of fear, now represented a second chance. The world slowly began to heal, rebuilding from the brink of disaster. The threat of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, though ever present, no longer loomed as an imminent apocalypse. Catalyst, now tightly controlled and ethically regulated, held the key to a healthier future. But in the shadows, whispers persisted. The Veil, though decapitated, was not entirely eradicated. Loyal followers, driven by Vance's twisted ideology, remained at large, their motives shrouded in secrecy. The threat, though subdued, was far from extinguished. For Claire and Dawson, a sense of unease lingered. They had stared into the abyss, witnessed the depths of human darkness. The scars of that encounter, both physical and emotional, ran deep. They knew with chilling certainty that their fight was far from over. The world had been given a second chance, but the battle for its soul had just begun.